Greetings of the day. Today we are going to discuss few problems on the stress and strain. In that we are going to find the deformation of the bar, and as well as we are going to consider the different sections or different portions of the uh, materials to find the total elongation of the bar. So first I'm going to discuss a problem on two wires, one of steel and the other of copper, are of the same length and are subjected to the same tension. If the diameter of the copper wire is 2 millimeter, determine diameter of the steel wire if they are elongated by the same amount. Take E indicating Young's modulus for steel as 200 gigapascal and for copper as 100 gigapascal. Here in the given question is two wires. There are two wires. Two wires. One is made with the steel material and other wire is made with the copper material. So there are two wires. One is made with the steel material and another wire is made with the copper material. Steel and as well as the copper material are of the same length. So the lengths are same. The length of these two wires are same. Length of these two wires are same and are subjected with the same tension, and even these are subjected with the same load. Tension means these two are subjected with the same load. And if the diameter of the copper wire is 2 millimeter, given is the diameter of the copper wire is 2 millimeter, determine the that diameter of the steel wire. So here the diameter of the steel wire is asked to determine. So this is diameter of the copper is 2 millimeter, but here the unknown parameter is diameter of the steel wire. If they are elongated by the same amount, once again here it is given is whatever the elongation, the deformation of the copper wire will be is equal to the deformation of the steel wire, given is they are elongated by the same amount. So whatever their extension or the stretching with the tension load will be the same. And Young's modulus for the steel is 200 gigapascal and for the copper is 100 gigapascal. So the given data are here two wires are given, and the one wire is made with the steel material and another wire is made with the copper material, and length of the copper wire in the question it is stated is are of the same length. So the length of the copper wire and as well as the length of the steel wires are same or equal. So we can take LC is indicating length of the copper wire and LS is indicating the length of the steel wire. So these two are equal and we are going to consider L0. L0 is indicating the original length and subjected with the same tension, whatever the load subjected to the same tension. Whenever it is stated in the tension means it is the tensile load or it may be a pulling load. So the load we used to consider by a P by designating with a letter P. So here PC will be is equal to PS. PC is indicating load acting on the copper wire and PS is indicating load acting on the steel wire. So both are same. Both are equal. So we can take it as P load. And diameter of the copper wire DC, diameter of the copper wire is given, so DC is equal to 2 millimeter. Diameter of the copper wire in the question it is stated is 2 millimeter. And next is given is if they are elongated by the same amount, so the elongation of the copper wire must or is equal to the elongation of the steel wire. We know the elongation we used to consider by denoting a DL. So here DL is equal to DLC is equal to DLS. So diameter of the deformation of the copper wire is equal to the deformation of the steel wire. And next, Young's modulus. So I'm representing Young's modulus for the steel material with the notation E suffix S. ES is equal to 200 gigapascal. Anyway, in my previous lecture also we discussed how to convert the gigapascal into a Newton per millimeter square. So giga is 10 power 9 and pascal, and 1 pascal is equal to 1 Newton per square meter. And now we are converting a meter square into a millimeter square by dividing a 10 power 6. So you'll get ES is equal to 200 into 10 power 3 Newton per square millimeter. With the same fashion, so the Young's modulus of the copper wire, we can convert 100 gigapascal, or we can express 100 gigapascal in terms of the Newton per square meter. So that is equal to 100 into 10 power 3 Newton per square millimeter. Here it is asked, unknown parameter is, here it is asked to determine the diameter of the steel wire. So here it is asked to determine the diameter of the steel wire. So how much is the diameter of the steel wire when both the wires are loaded with the same load and the deformation or extension also are same, and we need to compute or calculate the diameter of the steel wire. So anyway, here given is steel and copper wire, so the length is equal, and next the load acting on the two wires are same, and diameter of the copper is 2 millimeter and diameter of the uh, steel is unknown, and deformation or extension of the copper wire is equal to the deformation of the steel wire. And here Young's modulus of the steel is 200 into 10 power 3 Newton per square millimeter, and Young's modulus for the copper material is 100 into 10 power 3 Newton per square millimeter. Initially, we need to find out the area of the copper wire and as well as the area of the steel wire. So area of the copper wire, anyway we know area is equal to, it is a circular intersection, given is diameter. So given is diameter, so we can easily take a area of the cross section is pi d square divided by 4. So here pi, and diameter of the copper wire given is 2 millimeters, so 2 square divided by 4. So pi d square by 4, pi into 2 square divided by 4, so you'll get the answer is 3.142. So the unit for area of cross section is millimeter square. And similarly, we can calculate the area of the steel wire, but here this diameter is not given, so we can go with the pi into ds square divided by 4. So pi by 4 value is 0.7854 into unknown parameter here is ds. So the diameter of the steel wire is unknown, so into a ds square. And next, the deformation of the copper wire or elongation. So the standard equation for elongation is dl is equal to PL divided by AE. P L naught divided by AE. P is indicating the load and L naught is the original length and A is the area of the cross section and E is the Young's modulus. Here is given with the different material, so we are taking DLC. DLC is indicating deformation of the copper wire is equal to P into L naught divided by area of the copper wire and Young's modulus of the copper material. So here we are not taking PC because here the load acting on both the material is same. So we can take P L naught divided by AC into C. So you can substitute. So P is same, but the value is not specified, but it is stated is whatever the load acting is same on both the wire. Load acting is same on both the wire, and even the L naught also is not given. Original length or the length of the wire is not specified, but it is stated like the length of both the wire is equal. Length is equal. And next, area of the cross section of the copper wire, we got 3.142, and Young's modulus for the copper is 100 into 10 power 3. Young's modulus for the copper wire is 100 into 10 power 3 Newton per square millimeter. So I'm going to consider this as equation number 1. And next, steel wire. So deformation of the steel wire, DLS is equal to PL naught over AS into ES. So P is the load, but it is not given. It is stated the load acting on both the copper and steel wire is 600 kilonewton. Area of the steel wire. So here the diameter of the steel wire is unknown. So we are going to express area of the steel wire in terms of the ds square. So 0.7854 into ds square, area of cross section of the steel wire, into Young's modulus of the steel wire is 200 into 10 power 3. So let me take this as equation number 2. So here in the question it is stated is determine the diameter of the steel wire if they are elongated by the same amount. If they are elongated by the same amount. So here, since both wires are deformed or elongated or extended by the same amount, so we can go with the deformation of the copper wire is equal to the deformation of the steel wire. So now we can equate equation number 1 and 2. We can equate the equation number 1 and 2. It means that equation 1 is equal to equation 2. So what equation 1 is stating is, equation 1 is indicating P L naught divided by 3.142 into 100 into 10 power 3 is equal to the deformation of the steel wire is P into L naught over area of cross section we expressed in terms of ds square. So 0.7854 into ds square into the Young's modulus of the steel material is 200 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. These two equation we considered and we are just equating. So DLC is equal to DLS, because in the question it is stated is since both the wires are deformed or elongated or extended by the same amount. So whatever the deformation is getting on the copper wire is equal to the deformation of the steel wire. So we are equating DLC is equal to DLS. Equation 1 is equal to equation 2. So now here PL naught and PL naught will get cancelled. So we need to calculate the unknown parameter of DS. So after simplification, you will get the diameter of the steel wire will be is equal to 1.41 millimeter. Diameter of the steel wire will be equal to the 1.41 millimeter. Anyway, we can easily state like the diameter of the steel wire will be less than the copper wire, because the strength of the material is stated. So the Young's modulus, both are subjected with the same load and both are with the same length, and diameter of the copper wire is given. So here the Young's modulus of the steel is 200 into 10 power 3 Newton per square millimeter. But here the Young's modulus of the copper is 100 into 10 power 3 Newton per square millimeter. It means that the steel material is stronger in compared to the Young's whatever the copper material. It means that obviously the diameter will be a less in compared to the steel copper material. So here we calculated or computed the diameter of the steel wire is 1.41 millimeter, whereas diameter of the copper wire is given is 2 millimeter. So here the Young's modulus is more. Young's modulus is I for the steel material. So with the same load, so the diameter we can go with the less. So diameter of the steel wire is 1.41 millimeter. So next I'm going to discuss the bars with the cross sections varying in steps. So the bar anyway till now we discussed the problems of by considering the with the same or the single portion or a single section when the bar is subjected with the different section. So let me take, this is the portion 1 or a section 1, and this is the section 2 and section 3, and area of the cross section of the portion 1, area of the cross section of the portion 2, and area of the cross section of the portion 3, and it is subjected with the load, and it is subjected with the load P. It is subjected with the load P. Always it is not necessarily it's supposed to be a whatever the tensile load. Here it may be a given with the compressive load also. So here we can take the length of the portion 1 is L1, and length of the portion 2 you can take it as L2, and length of the portion of the 3 is L3, and Young's modulus we can take it as E1 if it is with the same material. If all the whatever the section or the portions are made with the same material, so then you can go with the E1 is equal to E2 is equal to E3 is equal to E. When it is made with the different material, we need to consider different. When it is made with the different material, we need to consider for the portion 1 E1, for the portion 2 E2, and for the portion 3 we need to consider E3. And here this strain, we know this strain will be is equal to change in length divided by original length, change in length divided by original length. So we know the equation for the dl is the change in length or the deformation. Dl will be is equal to p l divided by ae. If you are considering l0 and l0, so p l0 divided by ae, dl is pl divided by ae, and into L0 into our L0. So this L0 will get cancelled. We know P by A. Epsilon will be is equal to P by A is load divided by area is stress divided by Young's modulus. So epsilon we can express in terms of sigma divided by E, and with respect to this we can express the Young's modulus will be is equal to a stress divided by strain. So these are the important equations we need to note down. Young's modulus is, you can easily calculate Young's modulus by whatever the calculating the stress and as well as the strain, and the strain also you can calculate and as well as the stress. So strain is change in length by original length, and we know deformation is PL0 divided by AE, and L0 will get cancelled. So P by A is indicating the stress is sigma and divided by E. E is the Young's modulus of the material. So you can easily write for the different material. So we can write like this. So for this sigma 1 will be is equal to P1 divided by A1 if it is given with a different material. Sigma 2 will be is equal to P2 divided by A2 if it is whatever the loaded with the different. Sigma 3 will be with the P3 divided by A3. If it is loaded with the same load, we can go with the P1 will be is equal to P2 will be is equal to P3 will be equal to P. We can go with P1 is equal to P2 will be is equal to P3 will be is equal to P when these different sections are loaded with the same load. Otherwise, we need to consider the different load, and with our, if all the sections are made with a different material, we need to consider E1, E2, and E3. If it is made with the same material, we are going to consider common E. If it is if the portion is one made with the steel and portion 2 is made with the copper and portion 3 is made with the bronze, means we need to consider the different Young's modulus. So now we are going to discuss problem related to the different whatever the cross section. So here the given question is, the bar shown in figure is tested in a UTM. UTM is indicating universal testing machine. UTM is indicating universal testing machine. It is observed that at a load of 40 kilonewton, the total extension of the bar is 0.285 millimeter. Determine the Young's modulus of the tested material. Here the given is the bar is made with a different section. The bar is made with a different section. It's section 1, section 2, and this is the portion 3. It is loaded. It is given in the question in this direction load. So load is P. So the portion 1 diameter D1 is equal to 25 millimeter, and diameter of the portion 2 is 20 millimeter, and diameter of the portion 3 is 25 millimeter, and length also given. Length of the portion 1 is 160 millimeter, and length of the portion 2 is 240 millimeter, and length of the section 3 is 160 millimeter. So these are the given in the question. So here a bar shown in the figure. So here bar is made with a different section, 3 sections. So this is the portion 1, portion 2, or portion 3, or section 1, 2, 3. Section 1 diameter is 25 millimeter, section 2 diameter is 20 millimeter, and section 3 diameter is 25 millimeter, and length of the section 1 is 160 millimeter, length of the section 2 is 240 millimeter, and length of the section 3 is 160 millimeter. And in the given question is load is 40 kilonewton. So P is equal to 40 kilonewton. So 40 into 10 power 3 Newton, and the total extension of the bar. So given is the total extension of the bar is 0.285 millimeter. Total extension of the bar is 0.285 millimeter. This is not a single portion deformation. So this is the total deformation or total extension is 0.285 millimeter, and here it is asked to determine the Young's modulus. Here it is asked to determine what is the Young's modulus. So anyway, here the P1 will be is equal to, for all the section the load is common. See, the load is 40 kilo Newton. The load is 40 kilonewton. And next is the diameter is different. So we need to calculate A1, A2, and A3. A1, A2, A3 are different because here given with a different material. So we can go with whatever the A1 will be is equal to A3, because A diameter of the section 1 is 25, and even the diameter of the section 3 is 25 millimeter, and length also are different. So we know the total deformation will be is equal to total deformation dl will be is equal to the deformation of the 3 sections. So the summation of the deformation or extension of the 3 section is going to give the total deformation. So whatever the deformation we are getting and the portion 1 or the section 1, and deformation of the post section 2, and deformation of the section 3, we need to consider to find the total deformation. But here the total deformation is given. So total deformation is 0.285 will be is equal to dl1 plus dl2 plus dl3. We know deformation dl will be is equal to pl divided by ae. We can take l naught or l simply. So p is indicating the load, and l is indicating the length, and a is indicating area, and e is indicating the Young's modulus. So here we can take, I'll take once again the same. Here given is 0.285 is the total deformation. So the total deformation will be the equal to the summation of the deformation of the section 1, section 2 and section 3. Anyway, we know dl is equal to pl divided by ae. So here we can take 0.285 will be is equal to dl1. We can take it as p. Let me write first initially pl divided by ae, and here also pl divided by ae plus pl divided by ae, pl divided by ae. So here we can take, if it is loaded with the different, you can take p1 l1 a1 e1. So this is the section 2, p2 l2 a2 e2. So this is the third section, p3 l3 a3 e3. But here the given is a common load. Given is a common load, so p1 is equal to p2 is equal to p3 will be is equal to a p, and it is made with the same material. It is not stated like it is all the sections are made with the different material. It is not given, so we can take e1 is equal to e2 is equal to e3. E1 is equal to e2 is equal to e3. So now you can further simplify the above equation, 0.285 0.285. So p is common, and next l is different, and area is different, and Young's modulus is common. So p l2 a2 and E is same, and as well as the load is same. And next P L3 A3 into Young's modulus. So here the common you can take it out. So P divided by E is the common. So you can go with the L1 divided by A1 plus L2 divided by A2 plus L3 divided by A3. So 0.285 is equal to, anyway load is same and Young's modulus is same. L1 is different for the different section and area is different for a different section. So L1 by A1 plus L2 by A2 plus L3 by A3. So here load is 40 into 10 power 3. Load is given 40 kilonewton and Young's modulus. Here it is asked to compute the Young's modulus. So the total deformation is 0.285 and length of the portions are given. So length is 160 and diameter is 25. Length is 160. 160 divided by area, it is a diameter is given, so you can go with a pi d square. Pi d square divided by 4, pi d square divided by 4 plus the second section area. We need to find out diameter is 20 and length is 240. Diameter is 20, length is 240. So L2 is 240, diameter is 20. So pi 20 square divided by 4, pi d square divided by 4 plus the L3. L3, the third section length is 160, diameter is 25. So length is 160 and diameter is 25. Pi into 25 square divided by 4. So we can simplify this. So here 0.285 will be is equal to 40 into 10 power 3 divided by E, and here the pi and as well as the 4 is common. Pi by 4 is common in all the three sections, so we can take it out. So the 4 will go to the numerator and pi will be in the denominator. So 4 by pi 160 divided by 25 square plus 160 divided by 25 square plus 240 divided by 20 square plus 160 divided by 25 square. So if you simplify this, so 0.285 will be is equal to 40 into 10 power 3, 40 into 10 power 3 divided by E into 4 by pi. 160 by 25 you will get 0.256 plus zero point 0.6 plus 160 by 25 is 0.256. So after this, you will get the Young's modulus. After further simplification, you will get the Young's modulus. E will be is equal to 1.987 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter. So the Young's modulus for the given material is 1.987 into 10 power 5 Newton per square. So here it is given is a figure is given and the load is given. Load is 40 kilonewton and diameter of the different section is given and length is given, and here the total deformation was given. Here it is not asked to calculate the deformation of this section or the total deformation of the section. Here the total deformation is given. Here it is asked to calculate the Young's modulus of the tested material. So here you can go with the total deformation will be is equal to the summation of, so this is total deformation, dl is equal to summation of the different section. Here it is given with the three different, so you can go with the dl1 dl2 dl3. If it is a 4 you can add plus dl4. If it is a two different section you can go with the dl1 plus dl2. And here 0.285, we know dl is equal to, it is a section 1, so we can consider p1 l1 by a1 e1, p2 l2 by a2 e2. For a section 3, p3 l3 divided by a3 e3. Here the given is common load and Young's modulus is same, so we can take p and e as it is, and l1 and a1 and l2 a2 and l3 a3 for section 1, section 2 and section 3. And later we can take p and e as a common. These two are the common for all these three equations. So next we can take l1 by a1, l2 by a2 and l3 by a3. Length is given and area we can find out. Given is the diameter, so if whenever the diameter is given, you can take area of cross section is pi d square divided by 4. For the section 1 the diameter is 25, for the section 2 diameter is 20, and for the section 3 diameter is 25. So here after substitution, and we got the finally Young's modulus for the given tested material is 1.987 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter. So then we can straight away state like whatever the different or the step bar is made with that steel material, because for a steel material the Young's modulus is 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter. So you got near to a 2, so we can state the whatever the given material is made with the steel material. So let me take one more problem. So here the given problem is the step bar shown in figure is made up of two different material. Here it is made with the two different material, is made up of with the two different materials. The material one has Young's modulus is 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter, while that of material 2 as Young's modulus is 1 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter. Determine the deformation. In this problem, here it is asked to compute the deformation of the bar under a pull load. If it is a pull load means it is a tensile load. Tensile load 25 kilonewton if both the portions are of 20 millimeter thickness. Given is both the portions are of 20 millimeter thickness. So this is the section 1 or portion 1 and portion 2. Let me take, it is the material 1 and this is the material 2, material 1 and material 2, and thickness is given and here the breadth is given. So B is indicating breadth of the portion 1, it is given on the figure. So B is equal to 40 millimeter, and for the portion 2 or for the material 2, B is 30 millimeter, and it is subjected with the what kind of the load? Under a pulling is a tensile load of 25 kilo Newton. 25 kilo Newton. So here we can take Young's modulus for the material 1 is 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter, and Young's modulus for the material 2 is 1 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter. And here it is asked to determine the deformation. Here it is asked to determine the deformation. We know deformation is equal to dl1 plus dl2. The total deformation will be is equal to the dl1 plus dl2. It means that the extension or deformation of the portion 1, and dl2 is extension or deformation of the material 2 or the section 2, and load is given, and the important thing is here thickness is given. So thickness of both the portion is 20 millimeter. So the thickness of both the portion, so thickness is given, you can take in this way. So the thickness is 20 millimeter. So whenever the thickness is given, so the area of cross section is, it is a indicating the, it is a rectangular in a cross section. So area of cross section is whatever the breadth into thickness. You can go with the B into T. So here for the portion 1, A1 is indicating for the section 1 or for the portion 1. A1 is, B is 40 and thickness is same, thickness is 20. 4 into 2 is 8, double 0, 800, and area is square millimeter. So the unit for the area of cross section is square millimeter only, and for material or for this portion 2, the breadth is 30. So 30 into thickness is 20. So 30 into 20 is 600 square millimeter, and Young's modulus is given and area is known, and dl we know dl is equal to pl divided by ae. So load is known and length also given. Length of the portion 1 is 500 and length of the portion 2 will be equal to 750. It is given in the question. So length is given and area of the cross section we calculated for A1 and A2, and E1 and E2 is given, so we can find out the deformation. So extension of portion 1 or the deformation of portion or section 1 will be is equal to dl1. Dl1 will be is equal to p l1 a1 and e1. It is made with the different material. Anyway, p is only a common, length is different, area is different, and Young's modulus is different. So dl1 will be is equal to how much load is 25 kilonewton, length is 500, and area is 800, and Young's modulus is 2 into 10 power 5. So dl1 load is 25 kilonewton is given, so 25 into 10 power 3 This is the load, and length of the portion 1 is 500. Length of the portion 1 is 500 divided by area of the cross section 1. A1 is equal to 800 square millimeter. Area of the cross section we computed is 800 square millimeter. So area of cross section is 800 into Young's modulus is given. Young's modulus for the material one is 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter. So 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter. So the deformation of the section 1 will be is equal to, after simplification, you will get 0.0781 millimeter. 781 millimeter. And similarly, we have to find out the deformation. We need to calculate the deformation of portion or section 2. So deformation of the section 2 will be is equal to dl2 is equal to pl2 divided by a2 E2. Anyway, the standard, whatever the deformation equation is, PL divided by AE. Here it is made with a different section or with a different material, but the load is acting on the different, or both the section is same. So P is same, length is different, and area is different, and Young's modulus is also different, A to E2. So DL2 will be is equal to, load is same, load is 25 into 10 power 3, given is 25 kilonewton. So we are expressing in terms of newton. So 25 into 10 power 3 and into L2. So length of the portion 2 or the material 2 is 750. So length is 750 divided by area of the section 2 we calculated, because breadth is 30 and thickness is 20. So 30 into 20 is 600 square millimeter. So 600 is area of cross section for the portion 2, and Young's modulus for the material 2. Material 2 Young's modulus is 1 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter. 1 into 10 power 5 Newton per square millimeter. So if you are simplified further, you will get dl2 will be is equal to 0.3125 millimeter. So therefore total extension of the bar, therefore extension total extension of the bar will be is equal to, we are going to denote by dl, is indicating the total extension will be is equal to deformation of the portion 1 and deformation of the portion 2, dl1 plus dl2. So dl1 plus dl2. So the total deformation is summation of the extension of the portion 1 plus portion 2. So dl1 is 0.781 plus, and deformation of the portion 2 is 0.3125. So the total deformation is this is 0.0. Deformation of the portion 1 is 0.0781. So 0.0781. So the total deformation dl will be is equal to 0.3906 millimeter. So anyway, here we computed or calculated it the difference, whatever the portion. So you can directly you can compute dl will be is equal to dl1 plus dl2. You can take the equation p l1 a1 e1 plus p l2 a2 e2. So here p is common, you can keep it out and you can go with the l1 divided by a1 e1 plus l2 divided by a2 e2. Even you can calculate in a single step, so it is better you can show it with the different deformation for the particular portion. So the given question was the step bar shown in the figure made up of with the two different material. Material 1 Young's modulus was known and material 2 also given. And here it is asked to determine the deformation of the bar under a pull of 25 kilonewton if both the portions are 20 millimeter thickness. So the thickness of the both the portion was given is 20 millimeter and breadth is given, and you can find out the area and length is given and Young's modulus is given. Only here the bar or the portion of the different portion is subjected with the same tensile load of 25 kilo Newton. So by using that, you can find out the deformation of the section 1 is dl1 is equal to pl1 divided by a1 e1, and l1 is known, a1 is known, e1 is known, and even the p is common for both the section. So we are just substituting and we are finding the deformation of the section 1, and similarly we are finding the deformation of the portion 2, and at the end the total deformation of the bar will be is equal to the summation of the deformation of the 1 and deformation of the 2. So thank you.